Welcome to the Michigan Beekeepers Association 2021 Fall Conference. As a prelude to our 161st membership meeting, we'd like to invite you to join us for the Boozy Bee Happy Hour.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we're going to be making the classic Prohibition cocktail, the bee's knees. This was a drink everyone drank when they weren't supposed to be drinking. If you'd like to mix along, here are the ingredients and the equipment you will need. 2 ounces of high-quality gin or vodka, 3/4 ounce fresh squeezed lemon juice, 3/4 ounce honey syrup, which we'll get to in a moment. And for equipment, you'll need a citrus juicer, a fine strainer so that you don't get seeds in your drink, ice cubes, not crushed, a jigger for measuring, a cocktail shaker, and a martini or a coupe glass. While you get your things together, a little bit of history on the cocktail. Its invention is attributed to an American icon, the unsinkable Molly Brown. The rags to riches story of this headstrong socialite was so popular they made plays, films, even a Broadway musical about her life. Among her accomplishments, she survived the sinking of the Titanic. She ran for U.S. Senate 8 years before women even had the right to vote. And of course, she left us the bee's knees cocktails. So, back to mixing. Let's start by making the honey simple syrup, which is the signature of this cocktail. You'll need a Pyrex pitcher, half a cup of hot water, half a cup of honey, crystallized or liquid is fine, a sterilized stirrer, and a decanter. Remember to chill the syrup in the refrigerator before you use it, or it will melt the ice in your drink and water it down. And it will stay fresh for over a week in the refrigerator if it's in an airtight container.
How to make honey syrup. Heat half a cup of water almost to boiling. Pour into a glass jar containing half a cup of honey or maybe a bit more. The honey can be liquid or crystallized. Shake the covered container until the mixture is completely emulsified. Your honey syrup will need to be cooled down before using in your cocktail so it doesn't melt the ice and water down your drink. Your freshly made honey syrup can be stored in an airtight container in your refrigerator for up to 1 week and is a wonderful addition to many recipes. Add to olive oil with a squeeze of lime for a sweet, zesty vinaigrette.
Honey syrup is a great alternative to the simple syrup most bartenders use, which is sugar-based, because it can stand up against the strong flavors of citrus-based cocktails and, more importantly, bad booze. In fact, they say honey syrup may have first been used with this cocktail to mask the acrid taste of the drink's Prohibition bathtub gin. Speaking of toxic, a note to beekeepers on heating sugars.
All sugars, i.e. honey, granulated sugars, and high fructose corn syrup, when heated have the potential to create a compound called hydroxymethylfurfural, also known as HMF. HMF can form in sugar-containing food, particularly as a result of heating or cooking. Its formation has been the topic of significant study, as HMF is regarded as being potentially carcinogenic in humans. More importantly, when making sugar syrup to feed bees, overheating the syrup can form hydroxymethylfurfural, which is absolutely toxic to bees. Syrup should be almost clear, with no tinge of brown or indications of being burnt.
Onward with the cocktail. Make sure your glasses are in the freezer. And again, here are your ingredients and the equipment you will need. 2 ounces high-quality gin or vodka, 3/4 ounce fresh squeezed lemon juice. If your lemons are at room temperature, they're easier to juice, and a twist for garnish, and 3/4 ounce honey syrup. For equipment, you need your citrus juicer, your fine strainer, ice cubes, a jigger for measuring, a cocktail shaker, and a martini or a coupe glass. Okay, let's get mixing. So you've got your ingredients and you've got your equipment set up. You have your glasses that have been in the freezer. You have the citrus juicer with hopefully lemons that have been sitting out at room temperature, much easier to juice. You have your booze of choice, your honey syrup, which you made earlier and is nice and chilled, and of course, your shaker and ice. So let's go. First, you want 2 ounces of the booze of your choice. I'm doubling this so the cameraman gets a break. My shaker has a measurer on the inside. Otherwise, choose the 1 ounce or the 2 ounce, however you like to measure. You need 3/4 ounce of your chilled honey syrup. Actually, I can use this. And strained lemon juice. Again, I'm so bad. I'm not used to measuring. 3/4 ounce of it. Add to your shaker with ice, cubes, not crushed. And give it a good shake. Doesn't take long to mix because it's only 3 ingredients. And decant into your cocktail glass of choice. It should be a nice, frothy, light, lemony cocktail with a great deal of fragrance, which we will enhance with the lemon twist. Just twist it over the top. See all those oils that make the fragrance. Incredibly delightful. Yum. Cheers. Okay, garnish with that twist so the oils enhance the fragrance of the drink. And enjoy. Bee's Knees cocktails are a great way to showcase your honey for guests. On a last side note, if you're wondering why shaken and not stirred, the Bee's Knees mixes alcoholic and non-alcoholic ingredients, and a shaker can cool and blend these ingredients much more efficiently than stirring. Shaking does add air bubbles and water, so the drink has that frothy chiffon appearance. So, when mixing alcohol-only ingredients, as in a martini, you'll want to stir them so they pour crystal clear and you avoid those little ice sheets floating on the surface of your drink. Sorry, Bond. Enjoy, everyone.